Recently on my community page, I shared one of my New Year's resolutions, and it was to stay more positive in 2023. Now you might think, wow, what a Pollyanna attitude. I mean, look at all the events going on in the world. You want to stay more positive. But yes, I do. And there is a prepper mindset reason for that. Believe it or not, positive thinking has power. It can make you more self-reliant, help you reach your goals, improve your health, and even help you live longer. That's right. So stick with me. I believe it's important to be resilient if you're living a prepper lifestyle. And believe it or not, research has shown that if you have a positive attitude, you bounce back quicker from negative things happening in your life. So you end up more resilient, which is very, very important for a prepper or anybody in today's world. Now, let me give you a little example. When my youngest son was in kindergarten, 3 days before Christmas, we had a massive house fire while we were in the house, and it destroyed probably over half of our belongings and half of our house. But all I could think of was how grateful I was, because my 3 kids, fine. My dog, my 3 cats, and even my cockatiel made it out. And of course, my husband and I. So the most precious things survived. So I considered myself lucky rather than unlucky that we had a tremendous house fire. And you know what? That made it easier for me to get through that event, and it made it easier for my family to cope with it because of my attitude. Now, research has shown that there are numerous health benefits to having a positive attitude. It reduces stress. Well, no surprise there, I think. It actually reduces the amount of cortisol produced and increases your serotonin. It can improve your immunity. One study found that people who reported higher levels of positive emotion had a lower risk of respiratory illness, and another found that positive emotions were associated with higher levels of antibodies in response to a flu vaccine. So, being positive can increase your immune responses. But it has other health benefits too. Better physical health. A review of multiple studies found that people who had a more positive outlook had a lower risk of developing cardiovascular disease. And those that had positive emotions associated with lower blood pressure. Again, not a surprise, right? And it can increase your pain tolerance if you have a positive attitude. And something important to me at my point of life, it can increase your longevity. A study showed that people who had a positive attitude lived 11 to 15% longer than those that were least optimistic. That's pretty good news. I mean, makes me optimistic, right? But there's also mental benefits to being positive. It can increase your creativity because you feel good about yourself. You can have greater problem-solving skills, and you can think clear and have more realistic thinking. Very, very important to a prepper mindset. Now, some people think, well, you're either born with thinking the glass is half full or born with thinking it's half empty. And there might be some truth to that, but being positive can be a learned response. One of the things I'm working on is every morning before I get out of bed, I want to think of one thing that I'm grateful for, one thing that's positive in my life. And you know what? When I get up then, I'm in a more joyful mood. And another one of my New Year's resolutions is to find joy and wonderment in something every day of my life. Now, last week it might have been the huge, like, stalagmites by my office building, but they were icicles, but they were huge. They were just absolutely gorgeous when the sun, which was out for a very small amount of time, but actually shone through it. Or maybe it's watching the turkeys and the deer in my yard, or playing with my cat Xander, who always brings a smile to my face. And talking about a smile, yeah, smile more often. Put you and those around you in a more positive frame of mind. And laugh. There's a lot of health benefits to laugh. I came from a family that no matter what happened, we had a good laugh. I mean, I remember once somebody in the family actually broke their foot, and the way they did it was kind of hilarious. And this person's in pain, but we're all laughing, including that person, because it was funny how it happened. I mean, having a good belly laugh can do a lot for your frame of mind, those around you, and your positivity. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about sticking your head in the sand, ignoring all the negative things happening around you and in the world. It is important, being a prepper, keeping informed. But beware, because for the media, they want to catch your attention. So very often, the headlines are negative or fear-mongering, and that can increase a negative emotion rather than positive. So, you know what they say? If it bleeds, it leads, and that's what the media tries to grab your attention with. But try to balance that with reading about good things or finding good things in your life. Don't just concentrate on the negative headlines and negative news. So as you can see, there are numerous benefits to being positive. It's not just a feel-good concept. It can have real, tangible effects on your health and your well-being. So next time you're feeling a little stressed out or a little down, try to focus on positive aspects of your life and see how it affects your overall health and happiness. So I hope you come along with me and try to be more positive in 2023. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous 2023. Thank you.